story with babuji.
About?
About babuji or babuji.
Tell you a story. Well, he was a very real person, you know. Sometimes it was difficult to know whether he is or he is not. He was that sort of personality. He was sometimes very human and very often not at all here. You know, he would just sit and he was off. And we don't know where he went. Sometimes we could believe everything he said. Sometimes they were so incredible. I won't say it was difficult to believe, but for a mere human being it was difficult to believe. So to be with the Master, you know, I used to be with him day and night. I used to sleep in his room and 24 hours. In the night he is something else. In the day he is something else. He said, I don't know anything. I have studied up to the 5th class in school. But when very educated people, professors, scientists, they came to him, he could answer any question. He never read anything, you know. But he could answer anything. So once I asked him, how can you give answer to every question without even thinking? He said, I have the universal book of knowledge with me. I don't have it here, but I have it there. So that was Babuji Maharaj. He was a very humble man, rather not very tall, 1 meter 60, something like that. He weighed 40 kilos. So I could lift him like that. And once when somebody asked him, Babuji, what is it you can really do? He said, we know all that you do, so many things, miracles. What is it you can really do? He said, I can spin the universe like a top. Now how to understand or believe or even test? You cannot test something like that. See, for instance, we are on this earth, the globe. It is spinning, but we don't know it is spinning, isn't it? And because it is spinning, we have day and night. And because it is like this in an angle, we have the climates. We have summer, winter, autumn. Now what would happen if we had twisted it like a top? I don't know. Probably we would still be the same. Or, I mean, the main thing was he taught us never to be afraid. He said in a spiritual person's heart, there must be no fear. Because faith and fear don't go together. So faith and fear can never coexist. You know, if the person is spiritual, he is fearless in the sense that he is prepared for everything. In fact, if you ask such a spiritual person, are you afraid? He said, of what? But an advanced spiritual person will only say, afraid of what? What is there to be afraid of? So spiritual life, when it grows, my master was like that. At night he would bolt the door. Sometimes I would lock the gate and he would go and test it again. I said, Babuji, you tell us to have faith. but you don't have faith in me.
Я не веришь мне.
He said, no, I have faith in you.
Нет, я верю в тебя.
I know you have locked it,
Я знаю, что ты закрыл это.
but I don't have faith in the lock.
Я не верю в замок.
So he was also a very humorous person. He never spoke in public. But like this, when we were sitting with Abhyasis, he could put us in laughter for hours sometimes. He used to tell jokes. And sometimes he used to tell very wise things which would make us laugh. But it is some real experience to be with a man like that. When somebody entered, the room or from the house, he looked like this, and that was all. He knew everything about that person. The past, the present, yes, of course. It doesn't mean that you knew every detail, what you had for breakfast, what you had for lunch. Not like that. But your character, your likes and dislikes, your fears, all these things. It was one glance. So once we were talking like this in his house, I said, Babuji, you know the past and the future. I mean, past and the present. Can you know the future? He said, I can create the future. So is there a future? Only if you don't do anything to change your future, you have a future. If you enter into a system like ours, for self-development, our future is changing every moment. It's like when you travel by train, the scenery is changing every moment. But if you are a person who does nothing except enjoy life, then your future is fixed by your samskaras. So by answering simple questions, he gave us a great deal of wisdom. And when you know you can create your own future, what is there to be afraid of? My future is in my hands. So spiritual people have this enormous possibility of creating their own future. Therefore they are fearless, therefore they are happy, harmony, contentment, everything. Thank you.